If you're tired of running an agency where you're wearing multiple hats and you have team members that are constantly busy but not really moving the needle, then you need to watch this video, because I'm going to show you how you can structure your agency on a week-to-week basis, so on a weekly basis you guys are making progress. And this is something that I've been implementing with my team for the past 2.5 years, as well as consulting our clients who are making multiple 6 and 7 figures with their agencies, so you can see exactly how we're doing it and you can implement the exact same for your business. So let's get started with the first thing. What you see here is that from Monday to Friday, we have key activities that we want the team to perform. The first thing you want to do is every Monday, you want to have your team calls. You want to kick off a sprint. The sprint is pretty much the week where you have added certain tasks that you need to complete. In bigger projects, usually sprints are 2 weeks, but for agencies that are making just 6 figures or 7 figures, week-to-week sprints are totally fine because you can just monitor the progress on a week-to-week basis. So on Monday, you're going to have your team calls where you're going to tell your team, hey, this is what we're going to focus on for the rest of the week. And you're going to tell them how the previous week went, what went right, what went wrong, if the team has any questions, and from there, you're going to kick off the sprint. And you're going to have any client calls, try to organize your calls so then you have them just on Monday and Tuesday. And then if your clients make any change requests or like, hey, can you change this campaign? Can you do this? Can you do that? Then you have enough time to work on it also during this week and you don't push it to the next sprint. Now, if it is a bigger project and a bigger change that the client is asking you for, then you can push it for the next sprint, meaning the next week. But ideally, you want to take care of things as soon as possible so then your clients are also happy. The next thing you want to do is launches. So you should avoid launching new campaigns, new ideas, new ads, new everything. Just avoid doing this over the weekend. It's better if you do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or even Thursday, so that if something goes wrong or something is urgent, your team doesn't need to jump in on the weekend, and then you can just take care of it promptly throughout the week. From there, you're going to get on Tuesday. That's where you're going to work on client strategy. You're going to add any additional tasks on the sprint, like for example, any urgent tasks, your client wants to increase the budget or the client wants different variations of the creatives or the copy, then you can work on that and create the tickets during Tuesday. And then you can also proceed with any additional launches. Wednesdays, what me and my team are doing is we are reviewing the first few tickets, meaning the team worked on tasks on Monday and Tuesday. Let's check on Wednesday the progress so we know that we are on track or off track, and we know how this week is going to go based on the first tickets that we're going to review. We're going to keep on working on the client strategy, any strategies we need to implement for this week or next week, and we're going to review the progress, how everything is working across the team. If we need to have any additional calls, if we need to do any huddles or stand-ups, then we're going to do it. Something you're going to notice here is that I'm not adding daily stand-ups for every single day. The truth is that I never really found stand-ups useful unless you really have something to talk about. Because if you're just jumping on calls just for the sake of talking, then what is the point of that? You can also send a loom or put a message. So you don't necessarily need these calls. And calls interrupt the flow in general. So no matter what time you set them, you'll take time to prepare for it and have the call. Then after the call, you need to like rewind and get back in the zone. So that's why I don't do daily stand-ups unless I truly need to do it for a project. From there, we're going to get on Thursday where we are reviewing the additional tickets that go into review. And then we're going to start planning the next week, because planning the next week is not just a matter of like saying, hey, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, but it's also like, what are we missing to make sure that next week we can work on these tasks? For example, sometimes you may miss logins or accesses, or maybe the client hasn't confirmed some creatives. You can translate this into your business and see, what is it something we need to do on Thursday and Friday so then next week can be a successful week and we're not blocked by the client. And then on Thursday, as I mentioned before as well, you're going to do additional launches, like you're going to launch campaigns, assets, or whatever you're building for your client, you're going to launch on Thursday. And then Friday, you're taking the time to close the sprint properly, meaning any leftover tasks, any additional tasks, any tickets that went in review but went back into due because they did not meet the acceptance criteria, then you're going to work on this also on Friday. You're going to make sure that everything is ready to launch, so then when Monday comes, you can just launch. You're going to send your clients a weekly report with the progress, the metrics, and please do that every week. Don't do that monthly, because your clients need to know what is happening on their business, okay? So find a way to automatically create these reports so then you can send them over to your clients. And last thing you're going to do on Friday is collect feedback from the team do a weekly retrospective, so then you know what went right, what went wrong, and if the team has any feedback for you. So this is what a structured week looks like. If you have a highly technical team, for example, you can work on Monday to review the tickets and see if you understand the tickets, just analyzing the strategy and the tickets. You can do that also on Monday. But if everything is really straightforward, then you don't really need to do that. You don't need to put this task on Monday. You can simply do it as you go. For example, you work on a ticket, you analyze, you execute, you mark it as to be reviewed. Now, the next part I want to show you here is the daily life. What does it look like to work within a business on a day-to-day basis? What are some things you need to do? For example, from 9 to 12, what you can do is you can focus on daily productivity, meaning you're going to make a pause on the task that you're going to work on for that day. And you're going to put it on a public channel where the team can check that you're focusing on the right things. From there, you as a business owner, you can see what happened the previous day, if the team completed their tasks on time, if the productivity is there, if the team is performing, and if not, then you can catch up with your team. Again, don't be too fast to act because maybe your team has not updated some systems, but make sure to check to see that you are on track on a day-to-day and do that for the previous day. Then you want to review communication with your team and your clients. You want to see any new ticket requests. For example, for me, I have a lot of dev ticket requests, meaning new automations that we need to build or new systems we need to build. And we are reviewing those. So then we know that, yes, we have the green light. This is something we can do for a client. And then from there, we can do any daily stand-up if needed, either through a call or through text or just checking if the team is performing. All right. So from there, in the afternoon, you want to review with the project assistant. If you don't have a project assistant, you can review with your team if everything is still on track. And if there are any blockers, meaning any tasks that are blocked, if there's a way that you can unblock them. And this is pretty much it on the day-to-day, right? Like you're going to clock in, work on your tasks, work on communication, work on strategy, unblock the team, make sure everything is working, get back into like planning, get back into like strategizing and communicating with clients, all right? This is the day-to-day of any business owner who is also doing the delivery management. If you don't do the delivery management yourself, then it is your project manager or account manager who should be doing this. And then when it comes to monthly focus, what you want to be doing here is you want to review the projects that succeeded and failed and why. For example, if you have a media buying agency, you want to see which campaigns performed and which did not. You could have the account manager or the media buyer itself to tell you, hey, this is what worked, this is what didn't work, and you want to do this on a month-to-month basis. So then you learn and you have that knowledge base where you're constantly adding new information and you know what is working, what is not working, right? You want to identify any blockers, any common situations where a team member is not performing or a client is blocking you, so then you can add additional systems or processes, so then you can resolve this faster in the future. And then you can prepare also the team training. On a month-to-month basis, I really like to have my team trained on new knowledge. That means I want them to be learning new things. I don't want them to be stuck on like what they have been doing for the past few months. They need to learn new stuff. They need to learn AI. They need to learn new systems. It's only through our team that we can provide better solutions for our clients, and then I can also remove myself from the day-to-day operations. And then lastly, on a month-to-month basis, you want to build new SOPs, new processes, new systems, and add all of this in your templates and your assets within your vault. This is how you make sure that your team is performing on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis, and then also on a monthly basis, you're completing the tasks that will allow your team to grow, get better, and also for yourself to learn what has worked and what hasn't worked. So that's it, guys. This is what you can install within your agency or your business, honestly, right away. And then you can see the results of having a more structured day, week, and month within your agency, how that will translate in better capacity, better team performance, and more efficiency, and of course, more profits for your business. Thank you for watching. And if you want to have a call with me and my team where we can discuss about scaling your business to multiple 6 and 7 figures, then you can check the link in the description and I'll be happy to chat with you on a one-on-one call. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.